Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order. Members present, Barrios,
Here.
Castaneda,
Here.
Edmiston.
Yes.
And Dude. Right here. Okay, and members absent is Josh. Okay, all right. Mr. Jester, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, approval of the agenda. Can I, all right, second?
Second.
And then Barrios,
Aye.
Castaneda,
Aye.
and Dude votes yes.
And Edmiston votes yes as well.
Huh?
I vote yes as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Edmondson, yeah, I'm sorry. All right, public comments. We have a comment, so
We need,
we need to read that thing, I guess.
I'll read it. If you wish to address the board on any topic, including any item on the agenda, please submit your comments to the board president by completing a request to address the board card prior to the meeting and submitting it to the assistant to the superintendent. The president will recognize those who desire to speak either during the public comment section of the agenda or before the particular agenda item. Each speaker should move quickly to the microphone and announce your name before beginning your presentation. Meetings are taped for later transcription. Each speaker is allocated a maximum of 3 minutes. The president may choose to limit each topic to 10, no more than 20 minutes, if substantial numbers of people wish to address the board on one topic. Testimony should be brief and to the point. Speakers should not repeat testimony already presented. Board action may not legally be taken on any item not specifically listed on the agenda. The board may ask that such items be placed on the next agenda for consideration. Testimony is not protected from damage claims for slander. Public charges or allegations may result in legal action being brought by those individuals. The board values constructive community comments and suggestions. It welcomes your participation in the democratic process.
Okay, we have Scott Jester.
Good evening, Scott Jester. So when we last met, we were discussing the appointment, or the board's appointment, to the Personnel Commission, and I presented myself to the board at that time. And there was some conflict as to my state of employment in regards to eligibility. I'm here to report that I formally retired. My last day of service was October 18th. So I appeared before you tonight as a resident and only that. I'm still interested in representing the board on the Personnel Commission. I think it's important that the board has a representative. If appointed, I would represent the board's interest. That being said, I failed to submit an application in a timely manner. So I don't believe I'm eligible to serve in the capacity that's being appointed on December 1st of this year. But I was unable to be interviewed. So at this time, are there any board members that have questions for me that you would like to resolve? I would consider applying for a future appointment if I'm ineligible for this one. I'm giving you an opportunity to ask me anything you'd like to know before I move forward with that.
I think my concern would be that that might be seen as an interview where whatever questions we ask of you should also be asked of Paula.
Fair enough, that's your prerogative. If there are no questions, that's it. I remain willing to serve. Thank you.
Okay. On public hearing for the Personnel Commission. Are there any appointments that,
Beginning at 6:05.
at 6:05? Yeah, 6:05. Public hearing, 6:05. Are there any,
So normally this would be a public hearing on whoever you are, whatever
Whoever
name you're
we-
submitting to be appointed, but we
okay.
don't have a name
we don't
for
have a
anyone to
name?
comment on.
There's
so-
several things. One of the things is not, a name was not moved forward. So, I'm not sure if we want to, we can do one or two or three things. One of them is we can run this, election, or how we want to do it. How do you guys want to do it? You want to rerun it so that everybody can submit their names and go from there?
What would the timeline be if that was?
If
the
we
plan?
did that, how would that work? If we wanted to rerun this, since we don't have a name going forward?
Or do we just have a nomination and a regular aye-nay thing?
I mean, the discretion to rerun it will be the board's choice. You guys will set the guidelines.
Oh, we would say 30 days, 60 days, 90 days.
Well, you don't want to go out too far, but you guys would set the time.
So actually, if we did something like, say, if we ran it, last time we ran it was 2 weeks?
That is correct.
Okay, so if we run it for 2 weeks, and then we get the nominations, and then we can decide from there.
Well, if you're going to
It runs
rerun it, you're
just
going
like
to
it was.
interview, and
Huh.
then
So 2 weeks, and then,
that's your guys' call, not mine.
yes, I know, but
Okay.
if we ran it for 2 weeks, after that, is that where we can
What's the next meeting?
You would interview. 'cause you get-
interview? Okay, we would run it for 2 weeks, and then interview,
Question?
and then after our interview, that's when we'd do the same thing we're doing.
Same
We put
process
a
you would-
name forward,
Yes,
right?
that is correct.
Can we put this on a regular board meeting?
You can interview at a regular board meeting, that's correct, yes. You just have to
Okay.
do the interviews in open session.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
You just have to do the interviews in open
Open
session.
session, okay.
So can you do the interviews and vote at the same meeting?
Well, you would have to announce the name, you would still have to wait the 30,
You have to wait what,
within 30 days, no longer than 45 days to actually appoint.
30 days, okay. All right, so, I move that we actually,
Okay, so you want to do the interviews on the next board meeting, the 18th?
yeah, that would be
And
almost
then-
2 weeks,
And
wouldn't it?
you would have to vote on it, well, the 9th?
Then, no, we would
Yeah,
have to have
16th would be the
it. We
next
could
board
pick a
meeting.
name, and then the next month, we could
December
solidify that name.
December 16th would be the meeting after the 18th, if I'm correct. Is that right, Jackie?
That
What's
is
the next-
correct, but I think that's less than 30 days. So you would have to wait till January.
We would have to wait till January.
Because November 18th to December 16th, I'm sure it's probably like 28 days or 29 days, something like that. So it's not
No.
30 days.
So November, what, 15th or 18th to,
November 18th, and then you would have to, if you interviewed, and my understanding is if you interviewed and appointed, or
name?
stated your intent to appoint somebody at that meeting,
Mhm.
then you would not be able to actually appoint them until the January meeting, and I'm not sure what that, well,
Oh.
actually, those meetings haven't even been approved by the board yet, but I think it's like
Okay.
January
All right.
18th or something like that.
And
Yeah.
would that fit with the PC's timeline, so?
Does that
So
fit with
is
your
that the
timelines?
timeline?
And just remember, there will have to be another public hearing as well. Once you guys announce the name, the public hearing will have to happen at that meeting as well.
So if they have the meeting in January and that's over 45 days, I don't know what that date is yet.
I don't know what that day, I don't set the board meeting date, so there might have to be one that first week when we get back.
So we might have to have a special meeting at the
Because
beginning of
also too,
January.
it's 30 work days, so the holidays don't count against the clock.
So
Oh,
it-
okay, then that's
So
good,
it's
that's
actually
better.
30 workdays, not the holidays. Oh, that's why. Okay. So it would be January.
It would be January.
It will be Jan-
probably be January 20th. Because we're on
January
break.
20, is that our meeting?
Well, I'm hoping, yes.
Hoping?
Well, because you guys will have to, in December, approve the calendar for next
Right.
year.
We will.
That's the date I'll be submitting.
Okay. All right, we could do it that way. All right. How about you? What do you
That sounds
think?
fine.
And you?
I'm agreeable to that.
I'm okay with
You're
that.
okay? You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay either way.
Either way. All right. Very good. All right. What time is it here? Any other comments from anybody?
Yes.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Do you want me to share that information?
Any other comments?
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
yes. Go right ahead.
Good evening. Board members, I'd like to thank you for your consideration for reappointment. However, based on your actions and comments during the last meeting, it is very, very clear that I am not your first choice for the position. Although I've never received any contact in my 3-year term from a single board member to discuss my performance or lack of, Mr. Castaneda's expression of his hesitation because of controversy with the PC for his hesitation to reappoint me at the last meeting, kind of raised a red flag for me. And so obviously this is related to the, what should we say, the meeting, the Personnel Commission meeting, that the mic was left open at the beginning of our closed session. And I know for a fact that at least one of you have heard or watched that video, so you know what took place. And still, not one of you has expressed a concern to me, which leads me to believe there isn't a concern. So after you listened to it or watched it, you still didn't have a concern with what took place or what as is being said and relayed to me by my former colleagues in this district who know who I am, that it is a personal attack or, reaching and stretching for whatever the agenda is against the Personnel Commission. I don't mind being lumped in with the Personnel Commission and people saying whatever they would like to say about the commission, but don't talk about me personally unless you know me or unless you want to come to me and discuss it with me. But nobody has come to me and specifically, like I have asked, shared their specific concerns. This position has no benefit to me. I get nothing from it. A little bit of money that goes nowhere but to my granddaughters, who I take away time from them to be at these few meetings or to read the emails or to listen to the stuff that goes on and whatnot and try, as I have shared, just because somebody brings a concern, you all know things don't get fixed like that unless it's going to be fixed incorrectly or unless you're one-sided and going by what somebody has come and told you and then not researched it or whatnot. So taking too much time away from me for no reason for people who don't appreciate it, those people who know me and work with me and still think they know me and want to say stuff like that. This isn't for me. This is not what I was doing when I asked to be appointed the first time. Like, really? And then at the last meeting, for the board to violate Personnel Commission rules, what they were judging me on, I'm like, this is definitely not for me. So, at this time, I'd like to withdraw my request to be reappointed as the board representative. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, any other comments? Okay, I'm gonna close that at, all right, you close the public hearing at 6:15. No action item. The only thing we're gonna do is redo it. Redo the,
Do what?
If I could clarify something?
yes,
So as of now, we anticipate each of the steps that we'll take, like the interviewing and the appointment, will be done at regular board meetings, not a special board meeting, at least at this time.
Correct.
Okay.
well, yeah, Yeah,
Okay.
at the next one we will, yeah. Okay, number 5, board member comments. Mr. Barrios?
Well, board member comments, we're already there, that's right, okay. My only comment is, I didn't see any video, and I didn't hear specifics on anything, so, not that that matters, and most people know me on Facebook, we don't get along, so.
Mr. Castaneda?
I have no comments at this time.
Ms. Edmonston?
No comment.
Mr. Garcia is not here. And Ms. Dew. And I actually didn't see any comments as well, so I know that you have done a great job in being in that position. And I really appreciated you being there. And we will miss you. And you might reconsider, since we're actually putting it back out there, you know.
I have a question.
It's up to you
I have a question.
as well. Yes.
Paula, when does your term end?
Noon, December 1st.
So, thank you for your service. We have you at least until then, and then that gives you time to think as well, but December 1st at noon. Okay, thank you.
And I'm sorry I didn't reach out to you or talk to you, because I think that you have done a great job. I'm very much for not so much as keeping things, but I'm for people who are interested in children or the students in our district. Right, and that is very important to me. People that are interested in what happens to our students. Not so much our adults, yes and no, but it is about our students, so that's a big deal. Dr. Williams?
I just want to thank you for, your time and commitment to our district, and let you know that it's sincerely appreciated, that's all.
Yes, I really do too. All right, move to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Okay,
Okay.
Barrios?
Aye.
Castaneda?
Aye.
Edmiston?
Yes.
And Dew votes yes.